What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are actually new to the channel, I am your host, Rashid, and my other co-host, Beric. He won't be with us tonight, but he certainly will be here tomorrow. We definitely have some more riveting topics to discuss, and it will be epic. All right. So today, as you can see from the title on the screen there, the NBA ratings, the NFL, and the MLB ratings are actually really, really bad. The NFL, not so much, though. But the Kentucky Derby is starting to blow. It blew away, all three sports leagues combined. All right, so let's get right into it. So these are the headlines over here. The NFL draft was a really, really big. And, the WWE is actually steady, which is actually good. And the NBA is, and LeBron James, you just made it worse, bro. You made it worse. All right, so let's get into this. This was a Friday night game, the Lakers versus the Kings. 441,000 viewers. Oh gosh, man. Like I said before, man, I know a lot of these basketball hooper channels that actually are really doing way better than that in terms of views, man. So the Clippers versus the Nuggets. That drew 986,000. The Golden State versus Houston Rockets, 1,079,000 people, which is it's not really that good. And like I said, there's many of hoopers around this world. It's big. I mean, basketball is around the world. It's actually starting to. It's getting really, really big, especially in China. But where's the Chinese people actually watching, though, man? I mean, the NBA is all in with China, and we don't see anything from them. Maybe we got to look at the international ratings, but as far as ratings from here, it's not that great. The Lakers versus... this is the... Let's see here. The Lakers versus the Nuggets here. That was about 1.1 million people, and that was without LeBron James. The Warriors versus the Pelicans, 1.9 million. So you actually start to see a common denominator over here. The Lakers versus the Kings, 441,000. Without LeBron James, is actually 1.1 million. So LeBron James, man, you actually have to, you got some work you got to put in, man. You definitely got to get some work in. All right, so the NFL draft, I think it was the second and third rounds, was about 2.591 million people actually watched that. That's really good. The WWE SmackDown, it drew about 2.87 million people. Pretty much steady. WWE Raw, 1.872 million people. All right, man. So the NFL draft, I think this was, where's my bag of notes over here? All right, so the NFL draft, collectively, about 6.1 million people watched it between the second and I think it was like the 7th to 8th rounds. All right, so the MLB, Major League Baseball, since that Atlanta the Atlanta show that we actually did over there with the voting thing, or the boycott, pulling the All-Star game out of Atlanta, that drew. It was the Royals and the Twins. It was 130,000 people actually watched that game. Wow, that's not good, man. That's not good. The Indians and the Royals was 215,000. And I think it was the Red Sox and the Rangers, 316,000 people that actually watched that game there. All right, so the end, finally, for the epic moments that everybody's been waiting for. The Kentucky Derby, 14,373,000 people, man. Horses running around around the track. People actually watch that more than the NBA. Adam Silver, man. I think you need to be ousted from the NBA. You did a horrible job actually letting these players, especially LeBron James, actually ruin the league. And there's also I've been hearing we got to do a show. Beric and myself, we're gonna have to discuss 90s basketball versus today's basketball. And I think a lot of that is turning people off, where the players are actually shooting too many threes, not enough physicality, and I argue that somewhat. And you need spacing in basketball. And if your player is actually hurt, he gets thrown to the ground. That actually shortens his lifespan in a sense. I mean, that's what I think. Even with Dwayne Wade, him hitting the floor so many times, it's not really good for anybody to really do that. But people actually want to see the physicality back in the NBA. They want to see less three-ball shooting, and we'll see if that actually changes. But you have to actually listen to the customers, Adam Silver. That's the main thing. The people that are actually watching this is actually really important. And we'll see how this goes in the next 2 or 3 years. But at some point, there has to be a recovery here, man, or it's not going to be pretty, And a lot of these players, and there's a Louisville coach, a baseball manager, that was actually saying he's tired of the COVID restrictions. He wants to see the fans back in the buildings there, and so we'll see what actually happens with that in the future. It doesn't look good. I don't know if you're going to have a collapse of these leagues or not, but the thing is that people, they don't want politics in the sports. They just want to watch. They just want to escape, and I think. Especially today with the economy being really bad and people having to work 2 or 3 jobs, and nobody wants to hear this nonsense. You need some type of escapism, and sports is not giving us that, nor the COVID restrictions, keeping people disconnected from the game. So there's a lot of things that's to talk about here, and it's not really good. All right, we're going to wrap this up over here. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share this video. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.